Hello, Meg. It's really late here. Just making a response to one of these. Okay. I'll start off at about 2:15. You say that it was an absurd claim that we don't have the originals. It's kind of funny because we don't, and the textual critics criticism, themselves, the textual critics themselves say that we won't be able to recreate the originals because of how far away they were from the original. You know how many copies were made. Um, 325. You said that the manuscripts agree closely. I'd like to use the analogy that there are more changes than words in the Bible. But I'll give you the whole thing that they're mostly small changes, slip of the pen, something like that. But it's weird. I'd like to go into a story, but the church will only accept certain changes. So when somebody does change it for the better, as in go back, find what was not there or what was there, and tries to do that, and it does, and the church doesn't like it, they will do whatever they can to discredit, and well, who knows, they might even kill. About the author Matthew. Many contemporary scholars describe the author as an anonymous Christian writer who wrote the gospel towards the end of the first century. According to Howard Clark Key, what the hell? It appears that Jesus' teachings and sayings were handed down orally until they were eventually written down. This theory is partly based on the fact that other later Christian writings include sayings attributed to Jesus that resemble those in the Gospels, but for which there are no exact equivalent. Although, because Matthew is not stated as the author of the actual book, most modern scholars have rejected the claims that Matthew wrote the Gospel himself. Many scholars have asked, why would eyewitnesses rely so heavily on work of someone else who was not an eyewitness? It says that, yeah. I'm just going to skip that one. The Gospels, Mark, Matthew, Luke, known as the Synoptic Gospels, include many of the same episodes, often in the same sequence, and often even in the same wording. The relationship of Matthew to the Gospels of Luke and Mark is an open question known as the Synoptic Problem. Out of the total 1,071 verses, Matthew has 387 in common with Mark. The Gospel of Luke, 130 with Mark alone, and 184 with Luke alone. Only 370 being unique to itself. Okay? And then at 840 you say that there are other sources with supernatural claims. I'd like to say, like, Troy, the guy who couldn't die, but like the Achilles. But we don't accept that part. We say, okay, well, there's a Troy. We have evidence for that, but we're still not claiming that there was a guy named Achilles who could not die. And you don't accept that stuff either. And Cabane doesn't do it either. So why should we not accept these things and accept the Bible? Okay? Peace out, dude. Nice corresponding, I guess, again.